So for this week's experiment, we're going to learn about saturation by making rock candy out of normal white sugar. So for the first part of this experiment, we're going to need a cup of sugar, and we're also going to need a chopstick. And the chopstick, or any type of stick is okay. It's going to be a nucleation site for the sugar, similarly to the Mentos in Coke. So I put a bit of water on this chopstick, and I'm going to dip it in the sugar so that the end is slightly coated with sugar, so it can act kind of as a base for the sugar crystals that will form on it later on. And so now we're going to leave the chopstick by the side to dry a bit, and we're going to pour 1 cup of water into a pot like this. And now we're going to take our cup of sugar and add it to the mixture in the pot. Ooh, okay. That looks like a lot of sugar. Okay, so now you can see that the first cup of sugar has pretty much dissolved into the water, and there's this little foggy layer at the top, if you can see that clearly. So now, for the next step, we're going to add another cup of sugar to the mixture, like this. And you can see that the new sugar doesn't dissolve immediately, but slowly water is spreading through the sugar and slowly dissolving into the water. So now after a while, you can see that our second cup of sugar looks like it's dissolved into the water, but if we take a chopstick, not the one coated in sugar, but a new one, and we move it around on the bottom a bit, you can see that there's still a layer of sugar at the bottom of the mixture. So the mixture is not completely homogeneous yet. The sugar has not dissolved yet. But even so, we're going to add a third cup of sugar, and this will be our last cup of sugar. So a total of 3 cups of sugar and 1 cup of water. So now we've put our mixture on the stove here in this pot, and we're going to stir it while it's cooking. And once the sugar all dissolves into the water, then we can pause the fire. So now you can see I've turned off the fire once the water started boiling, and you can see that now the sugar has all dissolved into the water, so it looks pretty transparent and pretty much like normal water. So now we just wait for around 20 minutes for it to cool off, and then we can move on to the next step of putting our stick inside the water, the mixture, as a nucleation site.